Hey YouTube, welcome back to the USA to Philippines Live channel, where today we're answering the question, are me and the missus still planning a Philippines retirement after seeing how things have been handled in the Philippines during the COVID-19 pandemic? I'm going to answer that question, so you're not going to want to miss it, and we're going to talk about a couple other things, so stick around. Hey, welcome back, USA to Philippines Life channel. Another episode, another day. I'm your host, Mike. Today we're going to talk about, as I said in the intro, are me and the missus really going to follow through with Philippines retirement, given how the Philippines has handled the COVID-19 pandemic? The short answer is yes. The people who asked me this question don't know anything about the Philippines, number one. Or they have some baked in anti-Philippines sentiment, okay? Anyone who thinks that these COVID-19 restrictions are going to stay in place forever, it's just not going to be. It's eventually, this is going to pass. Like my mother always used to say, Michael, this too shall pass, and this too shall pass. Mark my words on that. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I do get asked that a lot. And like I said, it's generally people who don't really know a lot about the Philippines. And, hey, I said to my wife this morning, look, I said, I don't know if we're going to get back to the Philippines this year. It don't look good. Doesn't look like, I really don't even think we're going to get back there in 2022. I'm not 100% all in that we're going to be able to squeeze a trip in. That bums us out big time. We miss the family, we miss the kids. We got things we got to do there. We're planning our retirement. We've got real estate deals going over there. We need to be there. Plus, we just miss it. I just miss being around Filipinos. I just miss we miss just being there. And I know those of you, future expats, maybe some expats that are back in the States from COVID, you guys are all hurting to get back too. I know it. It's just the way it is. But I said to her this morning, like I was just saying, when we get back, we get back. I said, in the worst case scenario is we've been able to get things done over there. Thankfully, my mother-in-law and I has been helping out. She's awesome. We're so thankful for her. Her and the family, they're able to take care of some stuff for us to get things done, to move the ball forward with the things that we want to do. My wife is awesome with talking with the real estate folks and construction and architect and getting things going for things that we have planned. So we're just not going to, the thing that is holding things back now is the more stringent quarantine levels that our region has returned to. Just inhibits the ability of people to move around. That's not going to stay like that forever. They are going to adjust. They're going to adjust it as warranted. Now, here's an example here. New Jersey. The infection rate has gone over 1%, and that's not good. This is the Delta variant, which is it's hitting everywhere around the world, but this is the variant unvaccinated. More than likely, more than usual, they are the ones who require hospitalization when they are stricken with COVID via the Delta variant. Whereas if you are vaccinated, it's more like a bad flu, and you are likely not to require hospitalization. So again, I know I talk vaccinations are not a popular topic of conversation, but whether you live in the Philippines or the US or Europe, wherever the heck you are in the world, if you're not vaccinated, you really should consider it, just because this is what's going on now. And I'm encouraged. I just saw an article. Actually, I saw another vlogger post it, and then I saw it on GMA's website. In fact, I'm going to put a screenshot of it because it's such an incredible sight to see folks in Manila standing in knee-deep floodwater because we got you got some monsoonal rains over there as it's a rainy season. These folks are standing in knee-deep floodwater for their COVID vaccines. How about that? All right, so obviously this Delta variant has got the attention of a lot of folks, because if you're standing in knee-deep floodwater to get a vaccine, obviously you feel the urgency to get it. So kudos to them, and I hope everything went well for those folks that are standing in line waiting for their vaccines. So back to the original question. No, we're not changing our minds. This is it. I've made my choice. I've talked about in previous videos about my job. It's a good job. I've been there at it. I'm into my 25th year. That's a long time, 25 years. When I'm planning to get out, it's going to be 30 years. That is long enough. I'm going to be 60 years old, okay? About 6 years from now. I know I look a lot younger than I am, but nevertheless, I've got longevity in my genes, which is good, because hopefully I'll have a lot of good health and strength to enjoy my early retirement in the Philippines, because I want to do a lot of exploring and enjoying and making friends and doing a lot of cool stuff over there. I can't wait. But yeah, getting back to that, I mean, the stuff that I've been through in my life, failed first marriage, unfortunately. It happens. Wasn't my intention, but it happened. It was a huge financial setback. And in order for me to completely recover from that, to have a comfortable retirement here in the U.S., I'd have to stay at this job till I'm almost 70 years old. All right. And, listen, I'm a supervisor at the job. We've been in the era of do more with less for probably the last 10 years. And it's very stressful. Your team is cut in half. The workload is increased substantially, and you've got less people to do it. You've got to keep people's morale positive during and in the healthcare support role that we are in. Keeping people's morale positive during something like that, it's tough. It's been very tough. I'm committed. I believe in what I do, but I also believe that in 6 years' time, 30 years, it's time to pass the torch to somebody else. Somebody else needs to sit in my chair and take over. And it's time for me to go and enjoy my life, because I don't know. Listen, we are not guaranteed the next 20 minutes. We're not guaranteed the next day. Okay, I'm thankful for every day that God gives me in this world. Okay, and if He sees fit to see me through the next 6 years to time when I can retire, I'm going to take that road of early retirement, even if it means living in a foreign country. And I choose the Philippines, and I love the Philippines, and I'm so thankful. And I will be thankful and humble and conduct myself as such when I am there as a guest in that country. Thrilled that I can go there and be welcomed And I'll always be humbled and thankful to be there, because it's a beautiful country and it's full of beautiful people. And I'm speaking to those who don't know anything about the Philippines, or know this much. Okay, you ought to take a trip there when things open up. Maybe you'll change your mind about the country. So that's about it for that question. I just been getting that question bounced at me a little bit more frequently these days, as we seem to be entering into yet another wave, COVID wave. What are we going to do? It is what it is, and we'll get through it. Trying to stay positive. Speaking of positivity, I just read, and I'm going to post a link to it, and I'll do a screenshot. It is in PhilStar, July 21st. There's an article, 2020 is world's most stressful year. Philippines with second highest positive experiences. So what this is about, basically what it was is surveys that were taken. The world is at its angriest, saddest, and most worried emotionally disposition during pandemic year 2020. Results of the latest global emotions report of polling firm Gallup showed. Okay, the negative experience index of this Gallup emotions report yielded a 32% score, coming from adults 15 and old and above who were randomly surveyed from 115 countries and areas in 2020 and early 2021. So basically, they took a survey to see where people's heads were at with all this stuff going on in the world. And it's not just COVID. This flooding in Europe, this flooding in, we just saw a video from China. It's a horrible flood in China. I mean, we just had it wasn't catastrophic, but it was very haunting here in New Jersey yesterday, due to all the out of control forest fires on the West Coast, U.S. and Oregon. The jet stream carried the clouds over to the East Coast, and that's quite a ways. So yesterday in the morning, I'm going to work about 6:30, and the sun, I'm going to share a photo of that too. The sun just looked so peculiar, like I've just never seen the sun look like that. And I've heard from people who say, oh, we see that all the time out here. I haven't. I live in New Jersey. It's not a common sight. So it got my attention. It's not something that we see normally. But, just to speak of just things in the world right now, just the disasters, there's just a lot of stuff going on, and people are affected by it. And that's what this survey that was taken. But when they got to certain countries, the positive experience index score reached its highest at 71% for the sixth time. The score came after randomly selected respondents, this time coming from 116 countries and areas, were asked 5 questions about their positive feelings the day before. These questions were if they feel well rested, if they smiled or laughed, or if they did any interesting thing, if they were treated with respect, and if they felt enjoyment. And the 71% PIE score was attained from 2013 to 2015 and from 2018 to 2019. Some 72 of respondents felt well rested and experienced enjoyment. Then they go on and on. What stands out about this is Ecuador and the Philippines, 82% and 81% respectively, got the 2 highest positive experience index scores worldwide, while Iraq and Lebanon, 53% and 51%, earned the 2 highest negative experience score indexes. So that to me speaks volumes. Ecuador too, hats off to them, but I'm talking about my beloved Philippines. It just speaks of the Filipino people. And I've always said, and people ask me, hey, what's the Philippines like? How do you like the Philippines? What's the best thing about the Philippines? My first answer without hesitation always is the people. The people, it's a beautiful, listen, there's a lot of cities, a lot of poor areas. There's a lot of areas people probably from the Philippines would not want you to see, maybe, I don't know, but there's a lot of beautiful places too. Boracay, Palawan, Bohol, the list goes on and on and on. There's so many beautiful places there. But even more beautiful than the geography are the people. It's nothing like Filipinos. I've had the pleasure of living and working and knowing Filipinos for a very long time, as we've got a huge Filipino population right here. As I'm watching my Filipino neighbors come home from work, as I'm saying that, and they're cool people too. But yeah, and it is true, and God bless them. And if you're able to be among them, you're blessed. So that's, here it is in this survey, this Gallup survey. I'll post a link to the survey so you can read the whole article. Excuse my reading aloud skills maybe have to be honed a little more as a vlogger, but you get the point, hopefully. So yeah, that jumped off the page at me a little bit. I actually posted that in our Facebook group, which I also put a link. There's a link on the main YouTube channel page. You guys welcome to join our Facebook group. I try to post a lot of interesting news, breaking news, and things like that. People are welcome to discuss them. Not too much of that has gone on yet, but it's still a new group. Like our channel's a new channel, and as it is a new channel, if you've not already done so, if you'd be so kind to subscribe, we'd be thrilled. It'll help this channel grow. For those of you who have subscribed, as I always say, huge thank you. And we encourage those that haven't to please do subscribe. Like our videos also helps the channel, as you know. So and share. You feel inclined, we'd appreciate that as well. So with that, I'm going to wrap this video up. Just quick upcoming videos coming at you real soon. The missus and I are going to work on some content this weekend. So you will see some content with me and the missus, which we have a blast doing together. We're looking forward to doing that. We've also got some new vlogging equipment that we are learning how to use, so that also you'll want to see some of that implemented in future videos. That we're looking to make things a little interesting, since we are all homebound once again with the COVID restrictions. Probably wasn't the best time to start a YouTube channel about the Philippines when we can't get there, but we can make it interesting, and that's what we aim to do. So once again, thank you for your time today. Thank you for subscribing. If you're subscribing today, thank you for considering it, and we hope that if you haven't, and you might consider it in the future. So thank you again for your time. Thanks for stopping by. Please comment. We love the comments. We love to hear from you guys. Questions, comments, whatever. Have at it. It's awesome meeting some of you via the comments. Meeting other folks in our community, our Phil-Am expats in waiting, expat community. It's a great, cool community. There's so many great people, great bloggers. I'm humbled and honored to be a part of it, even as a beginner, as a newbie. Yet hopefully work my way up and be a bigger part of this fine community. So once again, thanks for stopping by today, and hope you guys are all well. Stay safe, stay blessed, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Thank you for watching. Salamat po.